CWA Championship Wrestling. We've got Jeff Jarrett coming in here today. The King, Jerry Lawler, will be here. I thought again that we would get through with a day without Ronnie P. Gossett IV.
Dave Brown, you idiot. Do you not know what time it is? You have started this show early. I have been on time, and you started early, you moron. Do you not know what the time it is? Look at this.
I know what
Rolex.
Rolex? I don't know where you got that watch.
Same to you, buddy.
We started the show on time. Where'd you get the watch, anyway?
I got it from a man on the street.
Well, I guess that explains that right there. Well, I guess he's here. There's not much we can do about it right now. Ronnie P. Gossett IV. We've got a lot of action. We've got a lot of action coming up today. As I told you, the King will be here. Jeff will be here. We'll get it started. Back with it in the ring in just a moment.
Get up and get going. Rock and roll time. Born to be my baby. You know it. Bon Jovi. Good morning. FM 100, good morning. Everybody's cruising to work this morning. We got some good news for you. The long-awaited interview with Jeff Jarrett's coming up today, so hang on. It's coming up in just a few seconds. He's the hot new sensation, just like In Excess. Special guest will be here any minute. One of my favorite wrestlers, Jeff Jarrett, is going to be here in the studios. And here he is now. Jeff, how you doing? Good to see you.
Brian, great.
Welcome aboard here. One of my favorite wrestlers in Memphis. Again, it's a pleasure to have you up. A lot of people have been calling. The phones are going crazy about the Jeff Jarrett interview. It's finally showtime.
All right. Well, Ron, I just want to thank you for letting me come up here to FM 100, and I'll tell you one thing. Things couldn't be better.
All right, nice look at Jeff Jarrett there. In the ring right now. Oh, wait, I hear the music. Here he comes, Jeff Jarrett and the Mason-Dixon Connection.
The Three Stooges of professional wrestling.
Yeah, look at that Mason-Dixon Connection. John Paul and Tracy Smothers with the CWA tag titles around their waist. Jeff Jarrett at that title around his waist, too. This is a non-title match here, six-man tag team match.
Now, what are you bringing this big fat tub over here for?
Here's Jed Grundy. Jed?
How you doing, Dave? Listen, these boys got enough problems without those backstabbing stud stables. They got enough problems without the stud stable, so I'm going to sit in their corner and make sure that they don't do anything, okay?
All right, sounds like a good idea. Thank you very much. Jed Grundy out here. He says he's going to sit in the corner over there of Jeff and Mason-Dixon Connection just to make sure the stud stable doesn't get into the action as they had kind of habit of doing here. And Ronnie Gossett, I think you've got to agree with that.
Oh, yeah. The only reason he's out here, his buffet hasn't opened up for that slob to go eat at yet.
Keith Eric is in the ring right now. In his corner, there's the Executioner.
An outstanding team.
And the Grappler. Look at Tracy Smothers.
I've looked at Tracy Smothers till I'm sick of him, Dave Brown.
Tracy Smothers back under the rope, and the executioner fires him across the way. Tracy ducks under him a couple of times, presses him down to the mat.
Yeah, fist. I want you to notice that was a fist.
He didn't hit him with a fist. Looked to me like he hit him with a forearm when he was coming through the air there. Executioner into the rope. Double teaming. Jeff and Tracy dump him over the back. Jeff covers 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Boy, I thought Jeff might have had him there for a minute.
You know that video with Jeff Jarrett, Bon Jovi singing?
Yes.
Him and Bon Jovi have a lot in common. Bon Jovi can't wrestle either.
Oh, come on, Gossett. No doubt that Jeff Jarrett can wrestle, let me tell you that. That's John Paul in there against the executioner. Over to the corner. John tags his regular tag team partner, Tracy Smothers, together. They're the Mason-Dixon connection, and they have the CWA tag titles. That's the caliber wrestling team you're looking at there.
They have them for the present. We don't know how long they'll keep them doing.
I guess that could be said about any team, but they have certainly shown their ability to win the belts and hold them.
Tracy Smothers does have some basic moves, you know, 1 or 2 that I've noticed. Have you not noticed that?
Yeah, he has a lot of the basic moves. He can really move in that ring. Boy, here we have Jeff Jarrett. Jeff in here now. Wraps up the arm on the grappler. Snap suplex.
It's just like I told you before. I'll give them credit. They look good, but there's one flaw. They can't wrestle, and you know that.
They look like they're doing a pretty good job to me right now. Look at that drop kick. Way up in the air goes Jeff Jarrett. Count is 2 and 3. Got it. Yes, sir. This one is over. Jeff Jarrett and the Mason-Dixon connection, John Paul and Tracy Smothers have themselves a victory here. 2 minutes, 44 seconds
tell me
of
we
time.
have to have the Hindenburg. What do you want with the Hindenburg out here?
This is Jed Grundy. Jed.
How you doing, Dave? You know, last Saturday, I come out here, do TV, and Robert Fuller come out here, embarrassed me on TV.
Yeah, well, with a rope, he sure did.
So I took us here to Jonesboro, and I was going to do him a favor and hang him. And you know what he did? I got in my match, and he did it again.
I think we got a tape of that action. Let's just take a look at the taped action out of Jonesboro.
Absolutely ridiculous. It's 4-on-2, a big clothesline.
Look at that. The Hindenburg. You remember the Hindenburg? It just went down again.
They're trying to hog tie him again. They did it one time before they unmasked him. They unmasked him. It's Scott
Steiner. I thought it might be that idiot.
That's ridiculous. That kid did that because his idols was Mr. Wrestling 1 and 2. He did that for a reason.
Well, we saw what happened there, and also we saw that they pulled the mask off, and the wrestling machine was Scott Steiner.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that. What I want is the stud stable. You know, if he wants this ring back,
Yeah, it seems to all be about that ring.
Rope, I'll sure give it to him, but it'll be in there, in the ring.
Well, in other words, you want to match with him, huh?
That's right. Any kind of...
All right, Robert. Now look, I don't want any trouble out here.
You tell this big fat hog farmer here, baby, you don't have to give me nothing. Why don't I wrestle you for that ring? Because, baby, I can beat you in record time. I happen to have a contract right here. Why don't you just sign it? Here's your pen, too, fat boy. Take care of 2 things in one stroke.
Put your X right here, idiot.
I love to get business done right off the bat and straight, just like that. That's the way to do it.
Jed Grundy.
Baby, when they said brains, you must have thought they said trains and said, I don't want any. Your mama must have left you too long on the farm, because you're going to have to climb a 30-foot pole in order to get that ring when you get down to the building. I don't believe you can climb a 4-foot
What are you talking about?
I said I'm going to wrestle this big fat hog, and I'm going to beat him in the middle. Then I'm going to the top of that pole and get my ring.
Wait, does the contract say that? Jed, if that, of course, didn't see the contract very well, except that you signed it. But if that's in the contract, that's going to be tough, ring on a 30-foot pole.
Well, you know, it's going to be hard for him to climb a pole like that, too, with broke arms and legs. You know what I mean?
What a good point. Jed Grundy, good luck to you against Robert Fuller. The match has been signed. We'll be back here with more championship wrestling action.
everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. We want to remind you that on Thursday, April 13th, we're going to be in Lanesville, Indiana at the high school. Save $1 in advance tickets at the high school. Friday, April 21st in West Paducah, Kentucky at Heath High School. Save $1 on advance tickets at the Heath High School. Coming to Owensboro, Kentucky on Wednesday, April 12th, 8 p.m. at the Owensboro Sports Center, Championship Wrestling. Listen to this. We've got a special added ring on the pole match. You're going to see Robert Fuller and Jed Grundy, a handicap match between humongous. He's going to take on both Shogun and Samurai. Then a big stud stable showdown. It's the strap, the chain, the cowbell, Jeff Jarrett, Mason-Dixon connection. Got Fuller in that gang.
That's right. I'm going to be strapped with Action Jackson in an Indian strap match. Let me tell you something, Jackson. This time you're not going to be able to run. I've got you tied to one hand and you're tied on the other. And I'm going to tell you something. I got two advantages over you, pal. I've got more brains and I've got the fans behind me.
You know something, Roger? I get real tired of the stud stable coming out here talking about how tough they are, how bad they are, asking for a stud stable showdown, saying this threesome right here was the ones that ran last time we were in Owensboro. We didn't run nowhere, Daddy. The only place we run was right after you. You want this stud stable showdown? You got it. Dutch Mantel, I'm going to be strapped to you in a Texas cowbell match. You say that's your match, that's fine, pal. I'm going to stuff that thing where the sun don't shine, and that's the bottom line.
That's right, Roger. You know, they're talking about the stud stable showdown. It's not going to be three separate matches. It's going to be all three of us in there at the same time. And you, Robert Fuller, king daddy of them all, you're supposed to be the head of the stud stable. Well, I got you on one other end of that chain, and my wrist is going to be tied to yours, and we're going to fight all over that building. You know, last week you said we were the ones running from you. The story is you were running from us, and this week you can't run but 10 feet away. And I guarantee you one thing, Robert Fuller, we're going to beat your stinking brains out.
You're probably right. Stud stable out here again. Robert Fuller, after tricking Jed Grundy like that with that contract with a fine print in it.
You know, that's just the starting of the tricking, baby. Now comes the treating, because we got the big one, baby. I'm talking about my stud stable has the opportunity to take Jeff Jarrett and put him away. But the one thing that's most important in it, sure as you see this Indian strap you see right here, it's strapped to my man's arm. It's going to be strapped on the other end to one of the Mason-Dixons, baby. You see my man here, Dutch Mantel, he's holding that bull rope. He's an expert at bull ropes, baby. And Dutch Mantel strapped to one arm, put a Mason-Dixon on the other. Then let me give you the good news out there. See this chain right here, baby? And I'm the greatest chain fighter that ever lived. I got it strapped right here. The other end of it goes right on Jeff Jarrett's arm. Now, boys, I don't mean you don't get the $20,000, because we're all in this pudding pie together. But what is going to happen, Daddy, and you can lay it down and write about it, baby, because what's going to happen is I'm going to end Jeff Jarrett's career with this chain right here that all three of those boys are going to pay, because the Mason-Dixon made a terrible mistake when you took Jeff Jarrett as your partner, baby.
Robert, wait, I don't understand. This has been going on for over a year. You broke his arm. You've broken Coke bottles over. What is this? What did Jeff do to you? I don't recall him doing anything to you.
Something, mister. I get real personal with you, but this is not a personal thing here. What I'm talking about is I'm talking about the darndest six-man tag that ever came down. I'm talking about chaining us together and finishing that stinking punk.
Robert, go ahead and tell him a story. Tell him.
Yeah, I want to know. I don't understand. We don't understand.
Tell him the truth. Tell him.
Tell him the truth,
Tell me
Robert.
when we went to Huntington, West Virginia that day. Tell him
the whole thing.
Tell him the whole thing. Tell him.
It's pretty darn personal, Doc.
Tell him. Tell him.
You need to get it off your chest.
All right. All right, you keep these idiots. I am going to tell you the story.
Okay.
You listen real close.
All right.
Because I'm going to tell you straight. I'm not going to add no lies. I'm not going to deviate from the truth 1 ounce. I'm going to look right into this camera and tell you exactly what happened. That my grandfather used to own this whole darn outfit. I'm talking about Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, all around. My grandfather, that's right.
That's
Roy
true.
Welch.
That's true.
One time, one of the finest men that ever crawled in a wrestling ring. And then again later on, the greatest promoter to ever promote a wrestling match.
That's right.
I'm talking about Roy Welch, my grandfather. Well, old Roy, he's laying up there right now in Dyer, Tennessee, and he's laying in his grave. He's not here no more, but he's laying face down, if you know what I'm talking about. The reason he's face down is because of everything that's happened here. He's had to turn over in his grave. Now, don't take that lightly, because I'm going to tell you why he turned over. Because when my grandfather rode up and down these roads and was getting older and maybe a little bit senile and maybe not as able to carry himself along the road, here come a young fella up named Jerry Jarrett. And Jerry Jarrett, just starting his wrestling career, said, "Oh, Mr. Welch, I'll be more than proud to be able to haul you up and down the road." You know what I'm talking about out there, Jerry Jarrett. That Jerry Jarrett rode down the road with him. He yessered him. He con-manned him. He saw that he was senile and he had a weakness and he used it against him. And I'm talking about used it against him well enough that half of that area that I just explained to you went right to Jeff Jarrett. I went to Jerry Jarrett. Now, what was supposed to have happened is there's one man that was entitled to have that, and that man was my father, Buddy Fuller. That man was the son of Roy Welch, who deserved and was supposed to have what was coming to him, the 5-state area. Now, you have to realize something.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that stinking con man, lying, good-for-nothing jerk. I'm saying Jerry Jarrett is a thief. That's what I'm saying. And that he conned my grandfather in a senile state of mind, and he wound up being partners. Let me tell you the whole thing. You asked me, let me tell you. Then Jerry Jarrett become partners with what was my father. And then they had nothing but problems between them. The reason they had nothing but problems between them is because of Jerry Jarrett and all of his cronies that hung around him, and because he's the greatest liar that ever lived. He's the greatest con man and cheat and thief, and that's exactly what happened to my father. He got conned, cheated, lied to, and his territory stole away from him. It belongs to one man now, and that's supposedly Jerry Jarrett. And let me tell you something. If you think for 1 second, that punk Jeff Jarrett is going to get 1 inch of what belonged to my grandfather, or belonged to my father, or now belongs to me, you can take it and stuff it, baby, because you wanted to know it. Now you hear it. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Jerry Jarrett, you lying, conniving, con man, stinking thief, your boy is going to pay the toll of a lifetime, baby, and that's death if it has to be. That I'm going to see. I'm going to see, just as sure as Dutch said it right here. I'm going to see that what rightfully should be mine is going to be mine. The whole darn thing is going to be Robert Fuller's, Daddy, and I'm going to see it happen. And if I have to put that punk in the hospital, if I have to order him a nice long casket, I don't care what it takes, but that punk is not going to have what my grandfather meant for me to have, and he's laying up there right now. My grandfather and my grandmother face down in their grave. I'm telling you, we're going to take care of it, and it's not going to stay that way. You asked me, I told you, I'm going to change it. You tell him, Ronnie Gossett, they're out of it.
Robert Fuller with a lot of half-truths there. A lot of half-truths. But the half-truths certainly don't tell you the whole truth a lot of times, let me tell you. Well, at least they're out of here. Let's get them in the ring right now. We've got a match coming up.
Every
right
word
here.
Robert Fuller told you was the truth.
It was not. I've been around here a long time. I can tell you, he had some facts right, but he had a lot of them wrong. Absolutely wrong, too. All right. Up in the ring right now, well, we've got a handicap match. Now, you see 3 people here. You've got Alan Yates, David Elder, and Eric Heenan on one side of the ring. And on the other side of the ring, you got one huge wrestler, and you see the name right there, Lord Humongous, going to come out here. And this is going to be a handicap match as the big man is going to take on not 1, not 2, but 3. Here he comes right here.
I think he can beat 3 men. Are you that stupid?
I think if anybody can beat 3 men, Lord Humongous can do it.
We'll see.
Here we go. The 3 of them try to jump him from behind just as the bell sounds. Let's see if they have any luck. Oh. None whatsoever. There comes Mr. Heenan flying out of the ring. Eric Heenan out of Beverly Hills, California. Looks like he's getting an early start back to the plane here.
He sure didn't boot heel from the way he looks.
Lord Humongous. Look, he just yanks him up in the air. Drops him straight down on his back.
You know, he's got to be ugly to have that mask on. I mean, you couldn't believe how he looks, I'll bet you.
Well, I
bet he looks a lot like you.
Look at this power. Right into the corner. Ooh, one forearm knocks him down.
This idiot, he seems impervious to pain. Humongous.
He certainly does. That's an astute observation from you, Ronnie Gossett.
Well, I'm just telling it like it is. I always tell you the truth. But I'll bet you he is one dumb moron.
I wouldn't count on that.
He relies strictly on brute strength. He has no wrestling ability at all.
Brute strength is all it's taken so far. There's a count of 1, 2, and 3. He got it. He got 2 of them, I guess we could say, as we got that.
Still not impressed at all.
Well,
not impressed at all.
How can you not be impressed? The man beats 3 at once. Minute 18 seconds, and Lord Humongous gets the victory here and leaves them laying all over the studio. And boy, they're all kind of coming around slowly. Speaking of coming around, here comes Jeff Jarrett with the Mason-Dixon connection.
First, we have a video of him, and now you've got him in person.
Yes, we do have him in. Jeff, did you hear what was going on?
Yeah, Dave, I heard it, and we're supposed to be out here to talk about the match. But Robert Fuller, I'm talking to you. You've gone a little bit too far. You've gotten out of wrestling. You know, you can call out here and you can say whatever you want, call me a goof. I don't care. But you don't call my father a thief. He grew up in Nashville, Tennessee on 22nd Avenue, and whatever he got, he worked for. Now, Fuller, I'm going to make you pay for this. You say you know my father. Well, you just proved to me, and you proved to everybody else, no, you don't know him, because he ain't a thief, Robert. Like I said, you can say whatever you want about me, but don't call him a thief. You know, Robert, when I was growing up, I didn't even go into my little brother's or sister's room or my older brother and borrow something. I asked first. You just don't take something. And he taught me morals, and he taught me the right ethics. Now, you can sit out here and say whatever you want, call me a goof, call anybody you want, but you don't talk about my father. And you don't call him a thief. Now, Robert, you've publicly accused me, and I never have discussed business with my father because he'd probably slap my jaws off because that's his business, and I've got my own business. But, Robert, I'm going to do something for the first time. I'm going to go to my dad and ask him the real story. And I'm going to come back here and not tell you, no. I'm going to tell you, Dave Brown, Tracy, John, and the people the real truth. Fuller, you're in some deep you-know-what, Fuller. I'm going to make you pay for what you said. My father ain't a thief.
Jeff, I think you're going to find out just in fact that what Fuller said is not true.
Hey, all I've got to say is Jeff is upset, man. And when Jeff's upset, me and Tracy are upset. We've got a strap match Monday night, Jackson, and I'm going to take my anger out on you. This time, you're not going to be able to crawl away and run back to the dressing room like you did last week. It's me and you, brother, tied one-on-one in that ring. And I'm going to tell you something. Like the old saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
All right. Tracy?
Dave, I've known Jeff for 4 years, and I have never seen him that upset. You know, when you talk about winning and losing wrestling matches, that's one thing. But when you talk about somebody's family, that's another. That makes me about as sick as this fat slob sitting right back here. Now I come out here, and you come out here and you talk about a stud stable showdown. Dutch Mantel, I want to be strapped to you, buddy. You say you're the toughest Texan that ever put on a pair of boots. I think I'm one of the toughest Tennesseans. You want some of me, you got it. No problem. I never back down from no human on the face of this earth. And by God, by the good grace of God and the support of these fans, I'm not going to back down from you. And I'm going to take that Texas cowbell and I'm going to stuff it where the sun don't shine. And as far as all three of you can go, you can kiss my grits.
They're all upset, and I understand. We'll be back in just a moment.
Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. We want to remind you that on Thursday, April 13th, we're going to be in Lanesville, Indiana at the Lanesville High School where you can save $1 on advance tickets. On Friday, April 21st in West Paducah, Kentucky at the high school, you can save $1 on advance tickets there at the high school. Don't forget, coming your way this Wednesday in Owensboro, Kentucky, Championship Wrestling. That's April 12th, 8 p.m. at the Owensboro Sports Arena. A big main event match between the World Heavyweight Champion Jerry the King Lawler and the Master of Pain. Now, we want you to stay tuned for exciting news for you to see why Ronnie Gossett is going to be in the Master of Pain's corner. You're also going to see a big stud stable showdown match. The strap, the chain, the cowbell, and all that's going to be in the ring with the stud stable Fuller, Dutch Mantell, Action Jackson with Sylvia, with Jeff Jarrett, and the Mason-Dixon connection. That's this Wednesday, April 12th, Owensboro, Kentucky.
Coming back in.
I heard that Jeff Jarrett out here, tears welling up in his eyes. He seems to be surprised to find out that his old man's a thief. Well, everybody in the wrestling business knows Jerry Jarrett is nothing more than a low-life, egg-sucking thief. He's done it for years.
Tell him, Dutch, you tell him how the mafia works, man. Those people never told me.
It is mafia.
The family, you never know a thing of what goes on. That Jeff Jarrett's going to be the last to know what that stinking old man of his did. He's going to be the last to know. Tell him.
You guys got no business coming out here doing this. If you do have a disagreement, if Robert does have a disagreement, this is not the place to talk about it.
Yes, it is a place to talk. I think the whole world needs to know what kind of thieves they're dealing with here. They're dealing with thieves. I mean, don't ever
Judge, stop it.
If you've got a Jarrett around, they'll walk up to you. If they went to Rome, Italy, they'd arrest them because they got a lot of pickpockets over there, and it's just ingrained in them. It's inbred in the Jarrett clan to steal. And did they steal it from your grandfather or not?
You might as well not be talking to this man right here. You want to make some sense to somebody, talk to Ronnie P.
Let me conduct this interview, Chop.
I'm conducting the interview.
I'll conduct the interview. You just move away. Just get away. Get away.
Ronnie,
That's
you
right.
know about these problems. You got a background in it.
Listen.
You've been around them Jarretts all your life.
I have known them for years. They are the scum of the earth.
You said it. It could not have been said better, baby, because they are short.
They would take the nickels from a dead man's eye.
That boy come out here and crying, baby, but I'm telling you, I ain't got no sympathy for no whining babies that's got a stealing fighter, that I'm going to put that chain on, I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to work your head over, boy. And two of friends of yours, Mason-Dixon boys, they're going to go down, and they're going to go down hard. And it's because of you, baby, when they're at the hospital, when they're stitching you up, and they're stitching up your friends. What is he doing out here? What is he doing out here? He's not scheduled for an interview.
And he's got his senile Eddie Marlin.
Talk to you guys. How about
Okay, if you don't mind, you know, we have sat back here, not just today, but for several weeks now, and we have watched this big fat tub of, well, for lack of a better word, I'll say lard, Ronnie Gossett come out here and try to make a shambles out of this wrestling program. And now these are just a few of the letters that have come in, and just to take one off the top, Eddie was just showing me this. It says, "Dear Eddie Marlin, would you please explain to us regular wrestling fans just why you have that big fat slob sitting out there beside Dave Brown, insulting him as well as the others?" The letters go on and on. This is just a few that came in this morning. And you know, as I was looking at these, I asked Eddie Marlin, I said, "Eddie, why would you hire a big fat idiot announcer like this?" Eddie, you mind telling me what you said at that point?
I didn't hire him, Lola. I did not hire him.
Now, Eddie Marlin didn't hire this guy, so immediately, I said, well, why would the TV station hire a big, fat, ugly announcer like this? Dave, you work at the TV station. Why would they?
We didn't hire him. we thought you hired him. We got to let Eddie hire him.
Obviously, what has happened is there's been a little misunderstanding, and Ronnie Gossett, you are obviously a little bit smarter than I gave you credit for, because you have wormed your way out here without being hired by either the promoter or the television station. And so what it boils down to is you really don't work here, Ronnie Gossett. You really don't have any business out here. And Eddie said, since he didn't hire you, he can't fire you. But Eddie, you can tell him that we don't want him on the show anymore, can't you?
That's right, Ronnie Gossett. As of right now, you will not be on the show, so you can hit the road, Ronnie Gossett. He didn't hire you, and I didn't hire you. You can go.
Let me tell you something, you old fossil. Evidently, he's got you in his back pocket, too. You can't fire me.
No, you're right. You're right. He's not firing you. He's telling you to get the heck off this show because as of right now, you have no more business here. Is that right? That's exactly right. Bye-bye, fatso.
Hey, watch out, Gary. Look out, Eddie. Look out, look out, look out. Watch it. Got a whole bunch of them.
I'll tell you what. I don't care how many of them it is. Come on, Doctor.
Lawler, you punk. You want me, you got me. You want me?
Yeah,
Baby, you got me, you punk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love it. Let him. All right, Ronnie P. Gossett's going to take the king.
Man can only take so much, and I've had enough of you to last me for an eternity. You punk. You punk.
If you want to be on this show, if you're not an announcer, then you're a wrestler. So get in here, fatso, and let's see it.
All right. Are you going in there or not?
Peel that shirt off, Whale.
Now, all of you don't have to leave. Some of you can stick around.
Oh, sure. Yeah, some of you guys stick around, he says. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, kind of hang out.
In the ring, big mouth. Let's see if you can back up what you say. Let's go right here. Come on.
Let me tell you something, you idiot. You're good at challenging commentators. You're good at hand-picking your opponents. And you're good at picking who you're going to defend that rinky-dink belt you got against. You go completely out of the country. You have to pick those slant-eyed Japs over there. Well, let me tell you something, Lawler. I'm standing next to two men, and I use the word men, something that you don't know what it means.
Yes, yes.
And I tell you what, win, lose, or draw, you take on one of these guys, and then you can have me in the ring.
Win, lose, or draw.
And you put that belt on the line. I want to see you defend the belt because it'll be a first. I've never seen you defend that belt.
So you're not going to get in the ring? Is that what you're telling me, Gossett? You want to jump somebody from behind? You want to run that big fat mouth, and now you don't want to get in here and back it up? Is that
He's
right?
afraid. He always has been. He's a complete idiot.
Let me tell you one thing, Law. Wrestle me, win, lose, or draw. You can get a match in, but you put the... I'll wrestle the Master of Pain, but put the... If you want him that bad...
Hey, let me tell you what, Gossett. Win, lose, or draw, you get in the ring with me.
You got it, you punk. I'll get in the ring with you.
You hear that, Eddie? All right, either one of you jerks, let's go. Get in there.
All right. Eddie?
The Master of Pain will take you on, Lawler. But wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. Before he gets in the ring, I want a contract because I don't believe that moron on oath. I don't believe that old fossil Eddie Marlin. I want a contract. And you get that contract, you get it over here, we make it nice and legal. You understand? We're talking about...
They're talking about a title match now. Talking to Eddie.
You've got Eddie Marlin. All Eddie Marlin is a little dummy.
They're talking about putting the belt up.
Edgar Bergen.
Write it down. I don't care.
Yeah, you write it down. I want it legal.
Write down on the contract that he gets in the ring, win, lose, or draw.
That's exactly right.
You old woman.
We're going to get a contract. I'll tell you what, we better take a break. Let's take a break. All right, get the contract. We'll take a break. We'll be back
out
here
of here,
in a
you
minute.
goof.
Everybody has signed a contract. I've even signed it as a witness. This is a world title match. Jerry's putting the unified world title on the line. It is going to be a no disqualification match. No disqualification.
Right over here. Give me that belt.
Win, lose, or draw. Gossett has to get in the ring against Lawler.
Match with Ronnie Gossett. Win, lose, or draw. He must get in the ring.
All right, who's the opponent going to be?
Master of Pain.
Master of Pain. Okay. Master of Pain climbs in there against the King. Jerry Lawler. This is a World Unified title match. The belt is on the line. The time limit, let's see, the time limit is going to be...
Cake.
Wait.
Piece of cake.
Wait a second.
Look at this. Look at him stalling. There's no timeouts in professional wrestling.
Let me tell you one other thing, Fatso. The last time I wrestled this big jerk right here, Dutch Mantell interfered in the match and cost me the match. Well, let me tell you something. This whole deal is off unless he's out of the studio. I'm not wrestling him as long as you're in here, Dutch.
Yeah, good move.
You don't have to go anywhere, Dutch. He doesn't rule everything
you don't
around
need
here.
that, Jerry.
Oh, you want me gone?
I want you out of here.
Okay, I'll leave.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Hey, oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. No, wait a minute, Dutch Mantell. You're not just going to go out there and stand behind those curtains or stand behind that door. I don't even want you, that's right. I don't even want him in the building, do we? Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, I can stay in the building.
No, wait a minute. Security guard, come here. Would you do me,
Who's this Rodan?
would you do me a personal favor and escort Dutch Mantell completely out of the building, out into the parking lot, and stay with him?
Just a minute. Hey, you're out of your league. You don't touch Dutch.
Go ahead, Dutch Mantell.
Hey, you miniature
What do you
cop.
need to be in here for anyway? We'll tell you what happened to Ronnie Gossett.
He's not a cop. You're an
What
impersonator.
difference does
Get
it
your
make?
hands off
Let's
him.
go with him. Why not, Dutch? What do you need to be in here for? Huh? What do you need to be in here for? Just, hey, if you
Get
want to
your hands
go,
off
if
him.
you say you can go, why don't you just go with the man?
Who
right
do you
there?
think you are, Marshall Dillon? Get your hands off him.
Hey, I'll tell you what else. No, wait a minute. I'll tell you what else. Hey, come here, sir. Do you have handcuffs? Do you have some handcuffs? How about it? Hey, Dutch. Hey, listen. What difference does were you planning on interfering in this match?
I never interfered.
Well, if you never interfere, what difference does it make? Just go with the man outside.
He is not a criminal. He don't have to be escorted out.
Saying he's a criminal. They'll take him off as soon as it's over.
Hey, you're not even a
Go on
cop. Who
outside
are
with
you?
the guy. Hey,
Cub.
go ahead. Take outside.
Got him handcuffed to the security guard, and Dutch Mantell is being escorted out of the building. All right. There they go. Take him out back. And, of course, as Jerry said, as soon as the match is over, they'll release him, and Mantell can come back in the building. But he agreed to leave, so there he is. He's out in the parking lot. And looks like we're not going to have to worry about Dutch Mantell during this match. And now it is going to be 1 against 1. There's Mantell with a security guard out there.
He's got a vicious right hand. Watch it.
That's Ronnie Gossett telling Master of Pain to watch Lawler's right hand.
Come on, Payne. Lay it on him. Hey.
All right, Lawler lets it go flying
Take care of
right
that
into
piece
the
of garbage.
turnbuckles. Goes again as the King outsmarts the Master of
Hey, you
Pain
retarded idiot.
twice
Watch that fist.
as this world title match gets underway. It's an unusual situation with the unified world title on the line.
ropes,
A
Calhoun.
match that
Get
had
him
not
out of the
even been scheduled when we came on the air today. Master of Pain makes the mistake for the 3rd straight time, and Lawler capitalizes with that right hand.
Calhoun, how about watching the fist, you idiot? Can't you see?
Ronnie P. Gossett, who has been dismissed from commentating on this wrestling program, has still got that mic in his hand. Lawler. Oh, blocked by the Master of Pain. Oh, Master of Pain, after catching Lawler's fist with his right hand, unloaded on him. Now look at Gossett celebrating.
All right, lay it in,
Whoa.
Payne. Lay it in.
Big right hand again from the Master of Pain. Master of Pain out of Atlanta. Last known address there, the federal penitentiary. 325 pounds worth. He's huge. He's powerful. Ooh, big right hand. Laid it right across the forehead of Jerry Lawler. The King has the title at stake.
Ask him if he wants to give it up. You want to stop the match?
Powerful right hand to the back of the neck. Lawler back up on his feet. Fired into the rope. Ooh. Boy, the Master of Pain has really come on strong here the last minute or so. We're about 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the action.
Take care of him. Show him who the real master is.
Body slam.
You got him, pal. You got him.
Ronnie Gossett cheering on the Master of Pain. There's a cover. One. Oh, can't make it stick.
Can't you count?
And the champion still alive. Master of Pain picks him up in the air again, and once again he body slams Lawler. Lawler back up on his feet. Whoa, moved out of the way, and the Master of Pain goes right into the referee. Jerry Calhoun is out of the ring and down on the floor. Master of Pain checking on him. Lawler with the right fist. And again, he stuns the Master of Pain with it. Ronnie Gossett has left. He went running out of here. Good drop kick by Lawler. There's Lawler pounding that right fist. What is this? Well, that's Mantell dragging the security guard I just saw there. Lawler off the ropes, got a cover. Referee's down on the floor, doesn't see it. Here comes the Japanese team in here. Here comes the executioner and the grappler. Mantell is back in. He's handcuffed to the security guard. Lawler has taken care of everybody that's come out of that dressing room by himself. Mantell struggling to get in the ring, being held out by the security guard. There you see him. Look, Gossett just grabbed the security guard's club and has thrown it in the ring to the Master of Pain. Lawler, look out. Master of Pain nails him with that billy club and then throws it back to Ronnie Gossett. Ronnie Gossett has that billy club tucked in his belt. Lawler down on the mat. Now the referee comes back in. The Master of Pain covered. Lawler is out. 3. My goodness, he has just won the Unified World Belt. It was a no DQ match. And Lawler has just lost the world title to the Master of Pain. Ronnie Gossett, who went outside, dragged Mantell to get Mantell and the security guard back in here, then stole the billy club that the security guard had in his belt, threw it into the Master of Pain, who nailed Lawler with it. Lawler is still out, just lying there in the ring holding his head. And the celebration goes on here as the Master of Pain, I hate to say it, but the Master of Pain is the new Unified World Champion.
Let me show you something what I've had in store for Jerry Lawler for a long time, baby. I'm going to take care of business.
Oh, sure. Now you want to get in the ring with him. Now you climb in the ring after Lawler has been smashed by that club. And now look at Ronnie Gossett. Oh, come on. Oh, look at him celebrate. Ronnie Gossett enjoying himself. Kicking Lawler. Oh, Gossett with a big right fist. Big man, yeah. Nail Lawler while he's down, huh? Ronnie Gossett signed a contract that he'd get in the ring with Lawler, win, lose, or draw. Well, he's done it. He stepped in there after Lawler had been smashed with that club. Come on, Jerry. I know it's not easy to move, but there's some way we can get him out of there. Look at that. Here he hits him again with a right hand. a strut. And Dutch Mantell, yeah, what a team, huh? Robert Fuller, yeah, have a good time. Gossett has just assisted the Master of Pain in becoming the new unified world champion. We'll try to get him out of here. We'll be back.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling with a reminder that on Thursday, April 13th, we're going to be in Lanesville, Indiana at the high school where you can save $1 on advance tickets at the high school. Then on Friday, April 21st, in West Paducah, Kentucky at Heath High School, save $1 there at the high school. Coming this Wednesday, Owensboro, Kentucky, Owensboro Sports Center, great championship wrestling action. Listen to this, a big handicap match, humongous, will begin Shogun, Samurai, and Tojo. We've got a stud stable showdown, the strap, the chain, the cowbell in the ring with Jeff Jarrett, the Mason-Dixon connection, Robert Fuller, Dutch Mantell, Action Jackson with Sylvia. Then the big main event, a world heavyweight title match, Jerry the King Lawler and the...
let me have this, bozo. I'll tell you exactly what's going down. You're looking at one of the happiest men in professional wrestling. And you know why? Because we've got the gold that once belonged to the washed-up Jerry Lawler. Isn't that right, stud? Yeah. Look at us. Get a good look at this belt. Because I told you I'd get even with you, Jerry Lawler, slapping me in the face, ridiculing Ronnie Gossett. Boy, am I happy. I'm pumped up. Baby, I'm fired up. Because you're going to get one last shot at this belt. He's got a no disqualification rule in there, but it don't affect us, right? Not at all. One shot only, Lawler, and that's it. Take a good look at this belt. It's your last shot.
Well, you heard it from Ronnie P. Gossett IV. That's in Owensboro, Kentucky, this Wednesday, 8 p.m. at the big Owensboro Sports Center. And what a night of action it's going to be with a big main event, the World Heavyweight title match between Jerry the King Lawler, the Master of Pain, and the Master of Pain's corner. You're going to see Ronnie P. Gossett IV. That's Owensboro Sports Center this Wednesday. Be there.
King, the belt is gone.
Well, Dave, listen, I came out here because I've had a few minutes to sit and think. And I just wanted to come out and do something that I guess in all the years that I've been in professional wrestling that I can't recall having to do before, and that's make a public apology to the wrestling fans, the people that are watching this television show right now, because I just let them down. Yeah, I let myself down, but most importantly, I let down the wrestling fans. And you know, Dave, it's one thing that I've always tried to do is keep in the back of my mind that the most important thing is not fame, it's not fortune, it's not all the accolades that come with being successful. The most important thing to a professional wrestler or to any professional athlete is the fans, because they're the people that buy the tickets to come to see you and put the food on your table and the clothes on your back. And today, I'm coming out here to publicly apologize to those wrestling fans because of my stupidity and letting a jerk like Ronnie Gossett cost me the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. And when I say, Dave, the Unified World Championship, that's what makes it even more serious, even more important, because you see, for the first time ever in the history of professional wrestling, all four major organizations were invited to try to unify the titles, and only two organizations had the guts to put their belts on the line. And when I went in against Kerry Von Erich and came out with that Unified World Championship, I made wrestling history. And then to come out here today and let somebody like the Master of Pain and Ronnie Gossett take that title away from me, that's why I have to apologize, and that's why until I get that belt back, I'll have to hold my head down and look at the floor, because it'll be hard to look anybody in the eyes knowing that I lost that belt to a guy who is simply not a world-class contender. Yeah, now if I'd lost the belt to a Kerry Von Erich or a Ric Flair, then that would be one thing. I could hold my head up. But no, I'm going to tell you like it is. Master of Pain, you're not world championship material. And Ronnie Gossett, you goaded me in this ring, and it was my fault. I was stupid. But Eddie Marlin has said that he's going to change the card this week, and I'm going to get another shot at that belt. And Ronnie Gossett, you're not going to be on this TV. You're going to be at ringside. And believe me, this week, when I'm in that ring, I'm going to get the Master of Pain, my belt, and then I'm going to get you and make you pay Gossett real bad.
As Jerry Lawler loses the unified world title to the Master of Pain, goaded into the match by Ronnie P. Gossett, who, of course, interfered and helped the Master of Pain win it. Well, there'll be more CWA Championship Wrestling next week. We hope you'll be joining us for all the action right here. Until then, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.